Good morning, good evening, and hello to everybody who follows me on this channel. Between rejects drafted in the war against the forces of chaos, super soldiers battling allies, and rogue automatons, and heck, even a futuristic dwarf rock and stewing it for the resources. The cop shooter, while has delivered some inexpandable experience over the years. But what about the wannabe firefighting and extra-dimensional space battling against invading supernatural forces? Remedy Entertainment likely posed the same question with FBC Firebreak, taking the office spaces and surreal environments of control and revamping them into the first-person shooter areas. This isn't a straightforward run-and-gun adventure, though. On a fundamental level, Firebreak is objectively focused, but also heavily team-favored beyond simplicity, having more guns on the board. Then you have the ragtag nature of the whole operation of this group on the first responders. These volunteers taking up arms while a mysterious being in a tank no Hank directs them. The weirdness quota is definitely fulfilled even if it's not experimenting with the same non-Euclidean spaces as a control between a relatively generous 40 price tag on the PlayStation. So not well again, so the thing is that Firebreak offers 5 jobs, each with accompanying lore. Hank and your Firebreak will occasionally banter into the lobby, providing the occasional revelation. During the jobs, there will be an occasional dialogue. Let's work hard, like they are playing us. I feel you, buddy. Some more voice lines would be nice throughout, but I'm glad Remedy didn't go for any extensive banter between the teammates during the missions, even if I could execute it better than the most studios. Each job consists of 3 clearance levels. Initially, on the level 1 is available. You have to clear this and unlock level 2, then unlock level 3, then, and further. So each subsequent clearances level increase the number of rewards but lengthens the missions while introducing the new objectives. Ground control focuses on collecting radioactive matter from slugs on the ceiling of the Black Rock Quarry and depositing them inside a device. On the level 1, that's all you really need to do, but level 2 involves pushing that trolley into the next area where those astral spikes roam about. There are also different elevations enemies can spawn and new threats to worry about. Level 3 culminates in delivering the device into the rocket and preparing it for the launch, and then defending it from the side incoming threats. Remedy Entertainment considers the job to feel more like the modes and instead of the maps, and while that was somewhat in the case, and complexity objectives in a certain job is escalated as much. In the paper chase, your goal is to burn out the set number of sticky nodes, and the things change more significantly in level 3, which is confrontation against the boss, Sticky Ricky, and a coordination-based mechanics that which you need to dose the things that electrocute the deal damage. Having a play Destiny 2 Strikes Dungeons, it's more akin to actual boss fight than many other jobs. How do you ratchet the tension? With the threat levels, which spawn in more loud enemies, including the heavier hitters, with chances for powerful named enemies. There are also corruptions, which introduce corrupted items into the mission, each with a unique effect, including a table saw that removes your shields and a stapler that increases your enemy health and much more. My favorite was the exploding corpses since it became very easy to clear mobs of enemies spawning it. Depending on how many you choose for a mission, corruptions will stack until removed with the Black Rock Neutralizer. There is a bit of strategy in this regard, especially when the one corrupted item will introduce overwhelming cold, causing you and your enemies to move slower, which means you're more easily linking in up shots. Otherwise, you're usually better off removing most of them. Jobs can become more frantic, and when you enable all 3 clearance levels, turn the threat level up next to extreme and enable the corruptions with the ensuring chaos creating excitement. It doesn't change how repetitive the objectives can get over repetitive playthroughs, though, but at least gunplay is satisfying throughout. So Witness's Remedy seamlessly transitional from its usual third-person shooters into the first-person space in incredible, especially with how great their weapons feel. I thought the revolver was the light of the darkness on the cosmetic his, until unlocking the pump-action shotgun, which started the larger threats and damage multiple enemies, and the machine. the machine is gone too shabby either when it's large magazine, especially if you can get a train of enemies going at a lot of headshots. However, the selecting is limited to 6. Going throughout the starter acquisition will unlock upgrades for different weapons, increasing their damage but not much else beyond that. Some perks generate different effects, including a chance for bullets to inflict a status effect in killing enemies, having a chance to inflict status effects on others. You can even activate the effects like shocking nearby enemies or while reloading or ditching them from switching equipment, which synergies with some of the different grenades. These perks can be very powerful, and thanks to the resonance, it's possible to share their effects with the nearby players. So, of course, the big differentiator from the other co-op titles is the crisis kits from the giant bridge that can repair showers and the ammo stations alongside turrets to fluid injector that's aching. Flood from super miners shots and let it wash your status effects. Accepting unlocking its altered augments lets you turn into the lava spewing nightmare for enemies. Despite the repetition of the mission objectives, I appreciate how they are designed to accommodate each crisis kit. Frequency shift is ideal for the fix kit, which will repairing, but the splash kit is a way to deal with the extensive explosive guard. Besides simply shooting in, you can be synergies different attacks, splashing enemies with the water and electrocuting them with the jump kit. The splash kit charged shots make for a ground crowd control on smaller enemies in tight corridors, but its altered element is also suitable for significantly ice anomalies, freezer duties, and which has a nice touch. So this game is pretty much interesting. Despite many nick tips, Firebreak can be enjoyable experience, and the lack of the survivance drops of FOMO means that enjoyable at the One Piece. It feels like it could some more content, or at least more the core gameplay, but it's what feels robot-based. I'm keen to see how much a solid foundation grows with the continuing support. For now, it's a solid co-op shooter to jump with the friends, not with the best friends, but certainly a good option, whatever you use for shooter sessions for the whole. So, what I did not like that the limited weapon selection was simplified upgrades, unlocking higher tire acquisition and perks feel dishes, so solo players will have a tougher time farming perk upgrade materials, performance drops, and so many enemies on the screen. And about the good thing, this is the remedy of the disappoint direction, the great gunplay with some great oomph behind them, clearance and the 3 levels of the nice ways to customize one experience, the great kits and unique dimension to cooperative play. So thank you so much. You have a wonderful day and bye bye.